This show is sponsored by Lila Arboretum Society.
Hello, I'm Vi Gogol, Master Gardener, and we're on the Battle Creek Garden Tour, and I'm here with Cindy Notke, and we're admiring all the beautiful color she has. It doesn't have to be in bloom to have color. That's a point I try to get across to everybody. Thank you, Cindy, for being on tour.
Oh, we're glad to do this, and we've had a lot of fun getting ready.
Good, good. The trees in the front, the maple tree with the purple leaves, burgundy leaves, I guess they are. You picked that color up in your foliage all along the house.
Yes, we like color. I'm kind of a bookend person. I like continuity and things. I don't like to have a lot of mess. I have color themes in the front and in the back and on the side, so we tried to coordinate as best that we could.
But it's really great. People should realize that when you buy a perennial, you don't just buy it for the blossom. Look at the foliage and see if that's going to complement your garden.
Right.
Now these trees, there's one on the very end down there. Is that a Japanese maple?
Yes.
And is it bloodgood?
I believe so. We've got one at each end.
Right. And then I think you told me the other night that that's variegated dogwood.
Dogwood, yes.
Yes, that's beautiful. That, it's got green and white.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks so nice with the burgundy leafed or the bloodgood.
And then these out here are Crimson King or
okay, yeah.
Crimson King Crimson. So,
yeah. Crimson King, I think you got the first time. Yeah, that's and who trims your topiary there? That's
my husband.
He does that, huh?
We do everything. We don't have lawn service. We don't have in-ground sprinklers. We do everything the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, and let's see. You've got the burgundy leafed rose something, the coral bells.
Coral bells, yes.
I can't remember the name. It's got the pinkish in the leaf, and I have one of those too, and I don't remember the name. My memory's going.
Yeah, they kind of meander around the tree and between the hostas.
And where did you say you got a lot of your shrubs?
Greenscape Services on Dickman Road.
Yeah, because we've had several homeowners that went there and told them what they wanted, and they actually found them somewhere other than Battle Creek.
Yeah.
And brought them in.
Yeah, they're great out there. We've gone to them for years for our trees and flowers. And
I don't know if Dave can get around the topiary. I don't think that's really called a topiary, but it's a trim. But there's a gazing ball over there that is just gorgeous. And I'd like to know where you got the stand to put it in.
At Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby, okay.
And I got the gazing ball there too.
Well, I got my gazing ball somewhere else, but I need a thing because it keeps falling out.
Oh.
And I'm afraid it's going to break. It's the same colors you have, but it's not that pretty a pattern. It's kind of abstract.
When the sun comes setting from the west, it shines all kinds of colors.
Oh.
All over the porch. It's kind of pretty.
That would be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's, we've got, I can't remember the name.
Barberries.
Barberry, but Rosy Glow, I think it is, something like that.
Yeah, that could be. That I don't recall exactly, but those are barberries and I think boxwoods. Yeah. Isn't that what that's called?
Yeah, that's boxwood over here, the green one. But those colors, you just tied your colors all together with the foliage.
Yeah, well, thank you.
It's just great.
Our Weigelia down front here, that's starting to rebloom, but those are pinks and burgundies as well.
Right.
And we got a little white in there thrown in just for the heck of it, a little bit of yellow.
And you've got a hanging basket over there on the up next to the house, and it's got those colors in it.
Yep.
I can see more out here when I walk beyond the border, out into the front yard. I can see other things. There's a bird bath.
Yes.
Is that a frog on the bird bag?
It is a frog on the bird bag.
They like water too. I guess I've just never
I
seen
think
one.
we picked that up. That's the first one we have. We have 4 of them now. And that's the first one we got. And I think we picked that up at Horrocks. We were just walking through one day and went, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
So-
it is. And then the hydrangea that's under the window, is that an Annabelle?
Yes, it is. I double checked and that's what it is.
Yeah, I love Annabelles. But I keep trying the others, and they all bloom on old wood, and they always die down to the ground.
Oh, this thing is huge. If we let it go, it would cover the whole sidewalk.
Yeah, yeah.
He's already trimmed it twice this year.
Mine have spread quite a bit. I've moved them to other parts of my yard, and I just love the Annabelles because of their ease of care as far as keeping them blooming. Let's kind of walk towards the back.
Okay. We added these beds here this year underneath the maples.
Under the maple trees.
It's got a dianthus, coreopsis, and the grasses, which you said were
Japanese forest
yeah,
grass.
and then a peony. It kind of balances the tree.
Yeah, I was going to mention that Japanese forest grass because you've got it in the border too, up by the house, and I just love that. And that works in shade too.
Yes, they work both places. They're
Yeah.
both doing very well.
But it really brightens up a shady spot.
Yeah.
Oh, if you look ahead, Dave, over to where the next Crimson King tree is, look at how those are glowing over there, without any sun on them. They're glow. I think we probably should walk out towards the end of the drive. It's in there to
It
a certain,
does. Yeah,
and
we
you've got
have
a
a
drain
gully
down
here.
there for it.
Right.
But the rocks would keep the soil in place for your plants.
We started out with just the rocks, and then I thought it looked a little boring, needed some color, so I used to plant impatiens and things out here, but that was when we had a lot of trees and a lot of shade. And then after a while the impatiens didn't do well, so I put this vinca in, and we decided it needed more color. It does bloom 2-3 times a year, and it's, you see in the corner there, it's starting to bloom again.
One little bloom there.
Yeah, but I needed some more color, so we stuck the pansies in there this year. And
That was one of my mother's favorite flowers. I always think of her when I see that.
so far they've done pretty good. I'm a little concerned when we get days and days and days of hot weather, but
Are there strawberries?
there are some wild strawberries that found
Yeah.
its way in there this year, and I'm leaving them because I like them. They were not there last year, so I don't
Some
know.
bird brought 'em.
Bird brought it in, so
Yeah.
he planted it, and I'm keeping it.
Yeah, that's neat. Okay, I think we can make it maybe to the backyard this time. Okay. It has some beautiful begonias.
Yes, those are new that we planted this year. We decided we wanted some color, and we're getting into the orange, yellow, and purple theme in the backyard. So
Okay. And are you going to take those in the winter?
I don't know. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Well,
they work. You can store them dormant, or I think you can just keep them alive. If you've got a place you've got quite a few of them.
Yeah, there's 6 of them, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
they're
I don't
beautiful.
know. We'll think about that.
Yeah, something to think about. And your hummingbird garden art.
Yep, we got that in Florida. Oh, here comes my granddaughter. Oh, you are all right.
He's not looking at me. He's looking at Dave.
She's fine. She's just a barker.
Is that like from Cheers?
Yes.
Those
yes,
people.
Yep.
It's not Cheers. It's the other one.
Yeah, Fraser.
Fraser.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's walk a little further. I recognize these hosta in here, but I can't think of the name.
I'd have to go dig them up. They're
And-
just,
and
I
that-
wanted something small that wasn't going to get real big.
I think that little one is Golden Tiara, maybe. Does that ring a bell with you?
Yeah.
Is this June? The larger ones?
It
June?
could be June. Yes, it could be. And that they're set off so beautifully with the little impatiens
Yeah,
in
the
there.
impatiens love that tree. They grow well there every year.
See, and then Dave can check over here. Look how she's camouflaged her waste product.
Yeah, they're back in the
that's
woods.
great. I wonder how I can get that in my yard. to hide mine. It just sits right out where everybody
Yeah.
can see it.
Well, we talked about putting a fence there, but I don't know. It just seemed like a lot of work to me. We didn't come up with a really good solution.
I think it's great that you've camouflaged it so
Yeah.
back there. And
Now
then
the
you're-
wagon and stuff, that won't be there during the show. We'll put that in the garage.
But then you've
But
got
the
your
cans.
wildflower garden.
That's our wildflower patch, yep. That we just did that this year too. We got a big bag of seeds at Lowe's and just scattered them about,
And they're doing well.
yeah.
There are a couple of places that you can buy individual wildflower
I've
seeds
heard that.
native to Michigan. One's
Yeah.
up in Portland, Michigan, which it's about an hour and a half drive. And here's another thing in your garden that I think is genius, is your fire pit. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the shopper this morning.
I did.
But
I
she
did.
mentioned your fire pit.
Yeah, that's got a stump in it from
Yeah.
one of the trees that fell, and it's a huge stump, and it was going to cost us a fortune to take it out. So I said, let's put a fire pit around it. So we did.
It's genius, really genius to do something like that.
Mark built a little fake fire for the show, so that,
A fake fire?
well, you know, we're not going to light it. It's just going to look like.
Oh, you mean the logs in
yeah,
there?
he brought the stuff
I thought
up
maybe
there,
he
so.
had made little paper things that looked like flames.
Oh no! And a fan blowing
know,
up.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is a miscanthus grass. I think it's gracillus or gracillus or.
We did not plant that. Actually, a good chunk of what you're seeing here is not even ours. It belongs to that lot behind us there.
I see the big butterfly on the tree over there.
Yeah, got that in Florida.
Yeah, I could have to ask my daughter to look around, see if she can find me one. I'll take a picture when I'm here
Okay,
Saturday.
okay.
See if she can find me one. She'll probably make me one out of ceramics because that's what she does.
Oh.
She has her little itty bitty shop online
Yeah, well,
and sells
we
ceramics.
got that in Tarpon Springs. Actually, it's between Tarpon Springs and Clearwater. It's on
that's-
19, and it's a place called Antiques and Uniques.
Antiques and
And a
Uniques.
man in Tarpon Springs that owns the one of the landscaping companies makes those. So
Yeah, and there's several other things that I see in this bed too that you've maybe picked up on your travels.
some of them, yes, the chicken. We
Yeah, and I
picked
told
that
you
up.
when I leave Saturday,
I better make sure it's
make
there.
sure
huh?
it's still there. Might want to do that with the butterfly too. I get lots of ideas from other people's gardens,
Oh,
and
I imagine.
and I hope a lot of the people on tour do that too.
Yep.
Now I see the bluebird down here has a solar thing.
He lights up at night.
Does the bird lights up?
The bottom, the base does.
The base does.
Yeah.
Okay. I
And
wondered what would.
each of these houses that are there's 3 houses I think that light up at night,
Oh, how nice.
and there's a raccoon over there that lights up at night, and of course then the solar lights light up,
Yeah, this is gorgeous. And then you can.
and the butterflies light up.
Oh yeah, there's a butterfly there. How did I miss that? And you obviously been to Rock City.
We have, after many years of going to Florida, and my begging, can we stop at Rock City and Ruby Falls? Last year we finally did.
Ruby Falls is
So,
beautiful.
It is beautiful. And Rock City was not what I expected, but we really enjoyed it.
You know, I've been there, and I can't even remember what was there. Maybe some hanging, like bridges that are loose. They're
I
on
think
ropes.
there's one. I think there is one.
Scared me to death.
Yeah, but most of it's just a highway between the rocks that have
Yeah.
different vignettes that kind of go with
Yeah.
each of the turns.
But I do remember that hanging bridge that.
Yeah, but I had to get my mailbox, see Rock City.
Yeah,
That was my first birdhouse, and then I added all of these back here.
And the birds, do they use them at all?
Actually, the one way at the end, yes, there was a bird in there. Haven't seen any baby birds, but there's a bird in there. In fact, I was going to pull the twigs out of there, and a bird came out. So I said, "Oh, I guess I better leave it."
Yeah,
Yeah, that's our
You're
Michigan and Tiger. I don't know what you want to call it. Our
memorabilia.
yeah, there you go. That works. People have gotten those for us for Christmas and things over the years, and my husband's a Michigan fan and a Tiger fan, although I don't know why, because they're terrible, but...
Well, they got some great players,
I
but they can't
know.
seem to put it all together at the
That's
same
right.
time.
I
They
know
lost
it.
again last night.
Yeah, I know.
Broke my heart.
The stump left from one of our trees that fell during that storm. We just kind of camouflage it. There's another one there. Some of them just you can't get. There's another one in the grass there. You just can't get them out, and it just costs for just too much money to waste on that. So we think it's kind of unique. We've got.
Oh, I like the wooden stuff, and
Yeah, we've got a memory of it.
I like driftwood in the garden.
Well, that piece of driftwood right there.
Right there.
Was something that fell from one of those trees and just dried out.
And is that a frog sitting on a lily
It
pad?
is.
And
Florida.
obviously he knew it was going to rain today.
He did. He's
and he got his umbrella.
ready.
Is that the raccoon that you mentioned?
Yes, that one lights
What
up
is it
too.
made out of?
It's that resin stuff, and then
Really?
it's got some kind of fabricy stuff on it that makes it look fuzzy, furry.
But you know what it looks like to me from this distance is like it's made out of candle wax.
Oh, no, it isn't.
No, and I knew it couldn't be, or it wouldn't be out here in the garden. It would melt.
It would melt, exactly.
Oh, this patio across from this island bed. And you've got your color scheme of, you said,
Yep,
orange,
yellow, and purple.
Your hanging baskets carry the theme.
Yep.
And yeah. And let's see, are those variegated? Is that
Euonymus?
euonymus? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was. The leaves, they like it here. The leaves are bigger than what I've seen.
Well, these two here at the outside edge, we've had those there for years. The two at the other side are newer. They're smaller, but they seem to like it here. And
Oh yeah,
So, and we like them.
we've got a bird chirping up in the tree.
Yeah.
Doesn't like
well,
us
he's
being
mad
here.
at me because I'm not filling my bird feeders. I'm waiting because we've got new mulch down in there that we'd like to look nice on Saturday. But if the feed falls, then the chipmunks get in there and they mess it all up.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they'll
So
just
they're
have to
mad
be
at me
more
today.
understanding.
yeah.
Maybe you can take some over to the neighbor's yard.
These chipmunks, we've lived here for 32 years. We never have trouble with chipmunks, but they're stinkers this year. Well, when I put all my bird feeders back here this year, and that's another one of our bird baths.
I like the sign.
Yeah.
This is for the birds.
That's my husband's humor.
I like it. And we examined your raspberry bushes here to make sure they weren't poison ivy.
Yeah, nope, they're not. They're raspberries.
Raspberries and,
Every year they come.
Virginia creeper in here. But I got to go out and see if my raspberries are starting to look like yours. Probably not. I don't think I've watered them at all. Now, behind Dave over there, we've got to take a look at all these beautiful, beautiful astilbes. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Bo's garden. We had a beagle for 16 years who was the best dog on earth. I don't care what anybody else says. He was just a wonderful, wonderful friend. Well, we wanted to, since he was such a special dog, give him a
That's
special
nice.
tribute
That's
back
nice.
here, and so.
Now, the astilbe, they're all kind of not blooming at exactly the same time.
They aren't.
But
This one comes out earliest, this burgundy one.
really, because I
Yes.
would have thought the pink ones were the
Nope.
ones that came out earliest.
Nope, this one has always, we've had these in other places in our yard and moved them all back here.
Yeah, and they do like
Put in, and they
water.
like the
wa-
shade
Yeah, they
too.
like water. They don't like to be dried out. But I was surprised in going through garden books and things. They bloom at different varieties, bloom at different times. You can almost keep one blooming from
Yeah.
from spring right on up to fall because
And they stay bright for quite a while
Yeah, they
until
do.
they start kind of getting brown, and then they're not even that bad looking then.
and that would go with your burgundy color once they turn that. Probably is it a burgundy brown that they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. I don't know.
And this clematis here about 3 weeks ago was just full.
Was that Jack Manai? Was it purple?
It was purple, yeah.
Jack
And this
Manai
is-
does well for most people, just
Yeah,
not
and
me.
that one we just planted this year because I wanted 2 of them back here to kind of balance the garden off. And I haven't seen anything on that one. We've got another one up here by the family room, and that's got 1 blossom on it and a couple more that maybe might be open by Saturday. I don't know.
Yeah,
But this one was full. It must have had 30 blossoms on it. It was
That's
just
nice.
I've never seen it so full.
I think in order to get one to look like that in my yard, I'm going to have to buy it already looking that way.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe they don't like my sandy
I
soil.
don't know. Maybe it's happy right there. It doesn't get tons of sun, but it's happy.
Yeah.
We had to get bigger trellises to put them on. Both of those already.
Now over here on this, I'm not sure which it is because there's several plants that look like that.
That's Sylvia.
That is, okay.
Or is it Sylvia or Silva?
Salvia.
Salvia.
Salvia. That's what it
Salvia.
is. Salvia.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the wire that you. Is that a tomato cage wire?
It's just it could be, I suppose. We got that out of Greenscape because they tend to want to go like
Yeah.
this.
And people should know that but you got to do it early, so that
It's best
once they
early,
fall
yes.
down, then you try to pull them up and they break off.
Yeah, it does. Yes, that's correct. But we had them on early this year. We've got 3 salvias.
Have you ever had any luck with them reblooming?
Yeah, they usually do.
Okay, you cut them down and then they come
Yep,
back.
he has to finish off
Yeah,
some
I
of
just
the picking
I just
off
cut
and
one down
stuff,
hoping
but-
that would happen. So I can't smell the smell of them, but I'm imagining it. Okay, now we're coming to some of your stones.
Yes, we hike, and my husband is a very bad boy and picks up stones along the
They're
way.
beautiful stones.
Yeah, he looks for, they have to be just right, and then he puts polyurethane on them to keep them kind of
It's beautiful. I love
sparkly
it.
looking. We're going to have them labeled. He has to do that yet. I'm not sure where each of them came, but we have 3 of them. We have one here, one over there into the family room, and then one by the garage.
Okay, we'll have to at least get to the one by the family room so we can get that on camera.
Don't take pictures of my dirty patio. I didn't have time to clean
It wouldn't show up.
This comes from another one of our trips. These stones.
That looks like petrified wood.
And I don't think it's petrified, but it's just a piece of driftwood he picked up.
Yeah.
Probably out in California when we were out there in one of the parks out there. Glass Beach or something like that maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of traveling the last few years. And
Putting that, you said polyethylene.
yeah, it's like a lacquer thing.
That really
polyurethane. Yeah.
brings out the colors.
Yeah, it does.
So other people are going to have to do that now that they've
And
seen
it's
what you
easy-
do.
It's easy to do. You just slap it on. It's not like you have to be careful or anything.
Yeah, which you don't think about it
No.
until you see that somebody's done it. And you said there's one over here by the garage?
Yes, there's one over here by the driveway.
Oh wait, we got to talk about this.
Oh, my Karen?
Yeah.
Well, as I said, we're hikers, and so when you're hiking and there's no trail, an actual trail, they pile up stones and you follow those stones, and they're called cairns. And I found a couple somewhere. I think it was Kmart, but I'm not sure. And I thought, oh, how appropriate for us to have some cairns at each end of our path right here.
Yeah.
But if you get over slip rock, which is just rocks, you have to have these or you have no idea where you're going.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sometimes people get kind of mischievous and they build cairns going different directions and you don't know which one to follow.
Well, that's mean.
Just being a stinker.
Yeah, and that hanging basket is huge.
Yeah.
Isn't that huge, Dave? Mm-hmm. Well, is there anything else we need to take a look at in your garden?
I don't think so. I think we've hit about everything.
Okay. Oh, there's a cute little bench back there. Did you get that, Dave? It says Dream. That's neat. Okay, well,
I got that at Cracker Barrel.
I'm starting to buy my clothes there.
They got a lot of stuff there.
I was shocked. Well, thank you very much for letting us come. Thank you
Absolutely.
for letting the local people come and see
We're
what
looking
you've done.
forward to it.
And I will see you Saturday morning.
We'll be here. I promise.
If you would like to become a Master Gardener, call 969-0270, extension 116. If you have questions or suggestions about this show, call 963-1448.
AccessVision. Your voice, your community.